All right, hey y'all, it's Shan.
It's your girl Sharonda Danielle.
Hey y'all, it's Mo.
And this is HUO episode 4. It's giving toxic.
It's giving toxic.
Hey, hey, it's giving toxic. Hey, hey.
It's
All right,
giving
y'all.
toxic.
'Cause somebody sign us real quick.
Period.
All right, y'all.
Boxing. I try to rap. I'm sorry.
Don't
Oh my
encourage
God.
that. We gonna start with an icebreaker today, y'all, per usual. So for y'all on the live and for my sisters, we done talked about reading a lot. What's y'all favorite book? Y'all put it in the comments. Y'all tell us what my sister's thinking. Tell us in the comments what's y'all favorite book. Put us on to a book. Please though, don't nobody put the 48 Laws of Power or Rich Dad Poor Dad. Nobody put those books, but any other books though, we'll take them.
What is your favorite book?
I mean, I would say like it's childish, Jenny B. Jones, but I'll be
I'll be there for Beatrice.
period. Yeah, but I would have to go with what I can remember is 13 Reasons Why. They ended up making a show to it on Netflix, which was, the book was way better than the show, but 13 Reasons Why, that book was so good, and it's so relevant to like these days because of like suicide and like everything else going on, and knowing the signs within your friends, checking on your strong friends, and not overlooking these things. So I would say 13 Reasons Why.
That's facts. I like that.
Okay.
I'm kind of tied. Okay. So one is The Color Purple.
Okay, that's a good book.
It's in a book?
Yes, girl. Yes. That's how I, like, when I was a kid, I read it. And that was really the first, like, explicit book that I read. So
Did you read that, like, on your own? Or was it part of a,
I was a book nerd growing up. So I was reading all the time.
Okay.
And then, y'all probably have never heard this, but there was this author. Her name's called Lurleen McDaniel. And she would write books about, like, people who would get sick with cancer. And, like, it was, like, these love stories, and they would die, and friendships, and they would die. Yes, and there was this love story, and it had this poem in it. It was called, like, How Do I Love Thee? Let Me Count the Ways. Y'all know I'm a fucking sad. So I'm just, like, reading this poem over and over, reading the book front to cover. You know, it was great. But, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that out. I would say my favorite book would be Kite Runner.
Yes!
What is it about? So it's basically, just to give y'all a little quick gist of it, it's over in like Iraq, Iran, and like those Middle Eastern countries, and basically they're in the middle of war.
Yes.
And it just talks about like the different things that people experience, from, you know, the people who are more well off to the people who are less well off. And the big thing is they highlight this servant. Come to find out, the servant's mama messed with the people who they work for, so he's really like the rich guy's son. And it's a whole lot that goes on. Like I ain't gonna go all the way into it, but it gets really deep to the point where, like, I was reading this in 7th grade. It was a part of our reading program.
Yeah.
And so, like, my teacher, which I'm not going to say nothing on here, I ain't going to get no spoilers or nothing, but there's something very traumatic that happens in it. And my teacher, literally, before we read the book, was like, y'all, I'm going to let y'all know that this happens in the book because we in 7th grade.
Right.
So she kind of wants us to not be caught off guard, because you don't know what people think.
Yes.
You know, you're giving them this book and
could be a trigger
type shit.
Man.
And so, like, that book, when I tell y'all, has touched me, like, since then.
Wow.
It's crazy. You cut her off. So that's my book. What do y'all got? What's y'all favorite book? What y'all like to read? Y'all doing?
Y'all know Forrest Gump has a book too.
What?
Yes.
Like Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Girl, there's a book called Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Yes, girl.
I was just asking for clarification. That's it.
I'm not trying to be that person, but I have not ever seen like the full movie of Color Purple. Neither have I seen the full movie of Forrest Gump.
Okay, we're gonna get together because we gotta change.
We gonna have a movie night, y'all.
Yes, Forrest Gump is literally one of my favorite movies. But yeah.
I am weak.
So while y'all are dropping that in the chat and telling us what your favorite books are, hear me out, y'all. So I have this friend who's been having issues with her other friend. They've always been super close and, you know, pretty much doing everything together. Y'all know, stuck like glue, how y'all are with y'all best friends. But as of lately, she, you know, as she's been getting new friends, like, their friendship dynamic has changed. Her friend is like starting to nag now, you know, be in her feelings, act differently, and she's starting to like create these false dramatic situations in order to like reel her back in close to her and isolate her from like her other friends.
Wow.
So lately, her other friends have been telling her like, you know, these are red flags and it's giving toxic.
Yikes.
So, I don't know, y'all, because this, like, sounds all too familiar. Like, at this point, is this her friend or, like, is it her girlfriend?
It's giving you obsessed.
Like, I'm really confused. So, with all that being said, like, can friendships be just as toxic as, like, relationships?
Woo!
Sheesh.
I just want to know, because what do y'all think? I don't know. I'm a little torn, and I need to help my friend out.
Y'all know what I say. Let's talk about it. First of all, yes.
Okay.
Like, just the overall answer to that question, hell yeah. Like, friends can be fucking manipulative just like your significant other can. Friends can, you know, lie to you, cheat on whatever, you know, whatever you consider cheating in your friendship. Like, anything that can happen in a friendship can happen in an intimate relationship because at the end of the day, they're all relationships.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what y'all think?
For some of y'all who just joined, we're asking the question, can a friendship be just as toxic as a relationship? So go ahead, drop in the comments, yes or no, what you think, whatever.
And tell us y'all experiences too. Like, y'all experience with a toxic friendship or relationship. I'm gonna just, look, we gonna drop the NGL link for y'all. Like, if y'all got some confessions, let us know.
Man. But I definitely think that, yes, it can. Because bitches really be out here thinking that they your whole ass nigga. Like, it's crazy. They want you to talk to them every day. They want you to plan dates together. It's crazy. As if you don't have time, like, to do other things. It's crazy. I don't know.
I also agree. I've experienced this both ways. I've experienced this in ways like where I had a friend who I was like stuck like glue with, and she started feeling some type of way when I started hanging with my other friends outside of her. And I'm really one of those type of people who I truly do not like mixing friend groups. I just feel like everybody's not meant to clash. Everybody is like friends for different reasons, and everybody is just like different, and they give different energy. Like, and I just pretty much know who will mix and who won't, which is why I hang with different people for different reasons, and I keep it separate. So for that purpose, I was like, okay, I wasn't hanging with my friend who I was like stuck like glue with as much because I was hanging with other friends too, and she started to feel some type of way, and I'm just like, okay. I've also had it the other type of way where like I had a friend who I was stuck like glue with, and I got a boyfriend, and we wasn't hanging as much, and she felt some type of way, and I'm like, I mean, we all gonna get a man, like, eventually, like, we can't be married to each other, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it was almost like if I had him, like, if I got a dude, I had to, like, make sure he had a friend for her, too, because it was like, if not, then it was just gonna be like, you're, like, basically trading me for a nigga, like.
So you had to pull the, hey, can you bring a friend?
Like, that nigga be pulling on that.
Or do you have, like, a single friend, like somebody from my friend, or, like, she used to always try to pull the card, like, I'm not letting you go over there by yourself, you don't even know him, like, just... Yeah, it was just very crazy. I've had some crazy situations with friends, so all my life has been given toxic.
Simply Living said, yes, they definitely can. Is she jealous of the fact she has made new friends does the girl have friends outside of her? Sorry, y'all, my mind goes all over the place. No, seriously.
Those are
like,
good questions.
Yes.
Like, but two things. So one, with that, like, you gotta think. If your friend gets a significant other, like, what comes with it is they will have less time for you because now they're making time for this other person.
Right.
Like, that is just a fact of life.
Yes.
It's not that they're putting you over them. They're trying to build their relationship with this person, and that takes time.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just have to be okay with, okay, she gonna have a little bit of less time for me, or he's gonna have a little bit less time for me. But I do feel like there's a balance in that too, because you do have women and men, non-binary, gay, bisexual, everybody, who, like, you do get into a relationship and you cut everybody off. Like, they're literally,
you're right.
Like,
You're
that's
right.
like a big situation
It
too.
happens.
So it's kind of like you're kind of walking a tightrope with that. Of like, okay, I got a new man, I got a new girl. Like, I want to be with them all. You know I want to be in this. Like, you know I know. But also, like, damn, I can't forget my friends who were here before this person came into my life.
Yes, definitely. No, but like, hear me out though. Not only is it giving toxic, but this should be giving like abandonment issues.
Oh,
That's exactly what be happening. A lot of friends, they have abandonment issues, so they want you to be there 24/7, side by side, and I cannot do it.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, like, I have my own shit going on in my life, and I get lost in my own shit.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I'm doing this, and I may neglect to text you every day.
Yes.
I may neglect to be like, you know, reach out to you and be like, hey, let's go do this or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need a type of friend that's gonna be able to like give me some grace
Yes.
and understand that my life is lifing.
Yes.
Just like your life is
Yes.
lifing. So I digress.
I think one of my biggest things is like growing up. Some people have issues with like being alone or being able to do things by themselves because they may have had somebody who probably it says reconnecting. Oh, okay, it's back on. But they had somebody who's like always they can call like, hey, you want to go to the mall? Hey, you want to get something to eat? Hey, you want to fucking I don't know, like do
Go get our
every
nails done.
every waking
yeah,
thing
like,
together. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people who are able to be by themselves. Like we're getting older. Like we do not have to do everything together. We're grown.
Yes.
We're grown. And I should not have to feel guilty for wanting to do things with others, with my man, or maybe even just by my damn self. Like,
yes.
so it's very toxic to even have to think about that or to think about how somebody else may feel.
Like,
You gonna read that? To have to think about how somebody else is gonna feel based off of you moving in your life, how you want to move in your life. I feel like I'm having to answer to somebody for the way that I'm moving, and you're not even my man, you're my friend.
Yeah.
So it's just it's also giving weird. Like,
very much so.
we can put that out there too. So do you want to?
okay, first of all, listen.
PSA.
The NGL link is not for this, okay?
What?
Whoever this is, we love you too, okay? But like this for the
What's it say?
It says I love you.
Oh.
That's literally it.
We
definitely love you too, but we looking for them confessions.
That's
Remember
not the tea we was
Right,
looking
we
for.
want some tea.
'Cause
I
that's not
said your daddy tea, your mama's tea, your granddaddy, your grandmama tea, like anybody's, even yours. But we love you too. But just send us some tea.
we do like this is where we at. Like I'm not playing with y'all.
Okay, so let me give y'all some tea.
Okay.
Ooh.
So speaking like toxic relationships, so I had this friend. She was cool. We like knew each other from way back when, so like it was dope and stuff. And so I started talking to this guy, and she was like feeling a type of way that I wasn't like making time to travel over an hour to come see her.
Oh.
Yes. And so she, I guess, got wind that I had hung out with him or whatever. And I think he came to see me or some shit like that. But anyways, she got upset. She texted me. She's going off on me, calling me B, this, that.
Oh.
Like, yes. Mind you, we've been friends for years. Like this. Like, calling me
And
all
that's all
this.
it take for you to call me out my name?
Then she gonna say, I hope y'all both get diseases.
Ooh.
Yes.
I
Ain't
can't
that
even
crazy?
take my drink off that.
Ain't that crazy? Like somebody that you used to call a friend, like getting that upset. It's giving toxic.
Like, very
That's
much
scary,
so.
too.
Yes.
If you can go that far, and then it'd be the ones that like think they're gonna apologize and things are gonna go back to the way they were previously. After
Like, I'm
that.
supposed to forget that you said that or
Yes.
did that. Like, what?
Yes.
I'm not gonna forget it. I may forgive you, depending on what it is.
So do
But I'm
y'all
not
think
forgetting.
y'all think a lot of this happens to those people who only have like one friend? Or do y'all think it's like something else?
I will say, yes, it could be based off of one friend, but my previous situations that I've had, the person had more than one friend. Like, even friends that they had before me, like, for years. I honestly, truly, and this is, like, nothing, like, no conceitedness, no nothing. I think it is, like, a true infatuation with somebody. Like, I'm being, like, so serious.
Wow.
And it's something like if you are being a true friend to the other person and you're like, you know, just seeing them like with all like with good intentions and stuff, you won't see this and you will have to have somebody on the outside looking in to kind of tell you this. But I just feel like it's like an infatuation with the person because it's just like, especially if you have other friends outside of me, like you don't treat your other friends like this. Like,
Yeah.
why are you like this with me? Like, what am I? I'm not doing anything differently.
Like you said,
I'm
weird.
Just, yes,
Right,
it's just very, very weird.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
So, I was gonna say, first of all, I agree with you as far as it don't matter how many friends they got.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is their mental space. And like something's not right. Not in the, you know, I ain't saying they need to be in a loony bin or nothing. But I'm just saying that like you need to get whatever that hate or hurt or whatever, like you need to work on healing that because the big thing that I was gonna hit on is if you're having this issue in this relationship, you're having it in other relationships. And you may not just be picking up on, I may be the only one who's seeing the shit. You may be the only one who's really picking up on this person's red flags.
Yeah.
But like something's not right with you and you need to figure out what that is because it's starting to affect me.
Right.
Like, and then that's when it becomes a problem.
Right. Like Danielle said, you need to heal.
You need to heal.
Like,
So, and back to like the mental health aspect of it, because this goes hand in hand with friendship and relationships.
Oh yes.
Mind y'all, I'm speaking from experience. I've had that friend who literally like gave me one of those, oh, like I'm gonna do something to myself.
If you're not friends with them. Oh no.
And I'm
What?
like, that's not nothing to kid about. Like, it's just like, and I've also had a male do that. That is toxic as
very
hell.
much so.
Yes.
And that goes back to like the freaking book. I was even talking about 13 Reasons Why.
Yes, yes.
And it's like, actually that book taught me so much because it was just like, it's stuff like that. It's like any other person you would be like, girl, you're not gonna do nothing. Boy, you're not gonna do nothing. Like, I didn't ignore that. Like, I did act on it, but at the same time, it's like, that's like traumatic and toxic as hell. Like, who do you think is really like me? I'm gonna make sure you seek and get the help that you need. But after that, I'm not fooling with you like that after that. That's so crazy. Like, you cannot force people to be in your life.
No,
You cannot do that.
That's crazy.
That is freaking toxic.
But go ahead, sis. My bad.
Sheesh.
No, I was just gonna say furthermore to that point, why would you want to force somebody to be in your life? The people who like do the most for you are those who want to be there.
Yes.
Like they're the ones who actually bring genuine positive love and light to your life.
Yeah.
So if you even have to do what, if you have to not be yourself around this person,
Mm-hmm.
you have to daggone create scenarios that puts that person in your life. They probably shouldn't be in your life.
Yeah.
Like, and you, again,
and but that's a good point. That's a good point because that's another thing. I found out a lot of shit in our relationship. Oh, I said our relationship.
I mean,
She
it's a
got me
relationship.
confused.
No, like, it's a friendship,
Yeah, friendship, relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff she told me when we was friends was like lies.
Oh, what?
Yes.
What?
Yes, y'all. Yes. It was just so crazy, like even down to like who her real father was. Like it was.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was crazy.
You just reminded me of some shit. Oh my gosh. I remember I used to be friends with this one girl. And she was, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I really think she liked me. Like
Probably
me.
did.
She liked women and she liked men. But I think she liked me. It was so bad. Oh, I was gonna say her name. It's the liquor. But anyways, it was so bad that like she tried to make up this shit in her mind. And she was saying that the reason why, like she was trying to say that I did her wrong because like we were supposed to be linking up and we just missed each other. That's literally what it was. She got impatient and she left. She jetted. She got pissed. Then she started making up lies and saying the reason why I treat her the way that I did or whatever is because of colorism. Yes. She said it. I didn't really like her because she's dark skinned. Yes. So then she went around and was telling people that
like
she was telling people that like I was like colorist. Yes.
First
And
of
anybody
all,
who knows me knows that is not the case.
But first let me say, whoever she talking about, that was very creative, okay? I wasn't ready for that. I just knew you was gonna say anything but
No. She was telling people that I was a colorist, and it was people. This is going to sound. I don't give a fuck. But it was people who was in my cohort or whatever. So like people that my colleagues. Yes, in school. Pan African Studies. Come on now. I digress.
Whoo, sheesh.
Yes.
I hope she healed. Okay, we gonna pray for her.
You
Yes.
need to heal.
Come on now, baby.
Mind, body, and soul, baby.
Jesus, let's take a drink off of that, y'all. Cheers to that.
We're not even gonna wait for 2022. Eliminate all toxicity out your life, please.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this a last and final time. There's nothing cute about being toxic.
At all.
There is nothing cute. Like it's just like becoming a norm. We was just talking about this.
Yes.
It's just becoming a norm to be like, yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm toxic.
Oh, like literally.
Like what? No, it's
No.
not cute. That's not. I don't even like when people play call me crazy. Like, no.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's cute to be crazy. I don't think it's cute to be called toxic. Like,
No.
And I've always made sure that, like, yes, I've had moments in my life with whether platonic or intimate relationships where somebody is pushing me to that edge. Bro, one time there was this dude, he had me all the way fucked up. And I wanted to key his car. I was so mad, bro.
The anger do get like that.
And I'm ready to key this shit. And I'm like, fuck it. But I was like, you know what, Mo? Do not let this nigga take you there.
Yeah.
And I walked right on by. And I just, at that moment, I learned, like, I am not going to allow anybody to get me outside of myself. Like, I'm not going to cross that and be toxic and be crazy. I refuse to, because like you said, that shit is not cute.
Yes.
But more importantly, okay, I'm not going to jail for nobody. Not one of these niggas, and definitely not one of these bitches.
I was worth it.
Literally, no, like, I have people, like, around me who will be like, not like that, because, like, why you got them around you? Don't be talking to them. But, and they'll be like, oh, if I caught my dude cheating, like, I'd kill him and her. And I'm like, so you gonna go to jail for them?
Man.
You gonna do 25 to life for them? You gonna give up being able to wear your Michael Kors purse and your Apple Watch and your...
No.
That ain't smart, baby.
No.
That's not smart. Like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
First of all, I like to eat too much. Okay? I'm not making motherfucking seafood bowls and no.
Bye.
Like, I'm not
Screaming.
doing it. Like, I shouldn't have to motherfucking trade a carton of cigarettes for some crabberries. Like, I'm just saying.
I don't want to have to make nobody my bitch.
Like, come on.
I don't want to be nobody.
Like, come on now. But like, if you want to do, you know. What? Y'all didn't hear that.
Oh my god.
Y'all did not hear that.
That just went so far
Like,
left.
chill. Y'all cutting up.
Like, I'm talking about the beginning to the box in the song.
Oh, they both sound the same though, kind of, sort of.
The vibe.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you talking about what it is.
That was your prison cotton. That was your prison
Oh,
cotton.
you weren't talking about a song.
I was talking about prison.
Oh shit! She said that the bed's gonna stop.
Oh, Jesus.
Trade the
Guards!
trading a honey bun for them buns. You know crab legs is scarce right now. You
I'm
gonna
not
have
even-
to give a little bit more than that for a crab leg nowadays.
I'm not even
I'm
encouraging her.
so weak.
I'm not even encouraging her.
I have a question though. Are you going to say something?
Well, I was just gonna ask
Go
a
ahead.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Like how? Okay, so we didn't establish friendships can be toxic.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, and even intimate relationships, how do you navigate that? You see a red flag. What do you do? Do you say something on the first? Like
I feel like just like in a relationship, you have to create boundaries in your friendships.
Mm.
Like, we have to stop thinking that things are like one-sided. Like, this is literally with any human being because we are really all the same. We really kind of like think the same. We operate the same. And just like how you can really like your man or like a guy, but you know you want to be in a relationship with them. A friendship is the same way. I really like my friend. I like hanging with her. Like, so it's just like, I don't know. I would just say creating boundaries is like the biggest thing to me. Like,
so are those boundaries set on the front end, or is this you like you recognize the red flag and then you set the boundary?
I think it could go both ways. I think it's
Yeah.
just literally situational, like where you see the friendship like going. If you see it shifting a certain way that you don't like,
Yeah.
because some friendships you don't have to do that when they have actual other friends that they can like hang with or do hang with on a regular basis. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So it's really just like situational.
Yeah, like she's like what you're saying is it can be proactive and reactive.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
So.
I mean,
So how are you addressing it? What you?
y'all know that meme with DW, and it's like, Lord, it's like something like, give me a sign. Or she's trying to read it or something like that.
I can't read. Oh, like good thing I can't read, and it say keep out DW there.
Oh, okay. Now I really know what you're talking about.
That's how I am when it comes to red flags.
Cause I ain't picked up. I didn't even pick up that that's what she was about to say. Okay.
So I be seeing all these damn red flags, and I'm like,
Bro, is that orange?
Like
That ain't
girl,
red.
she said that's light red.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm the same way.
so I'm learning right now. I am learning. But one thing that I've learned myself is that it is okay to leave.
Yes.
It is okay to leave a toxic, like platonic relationship, like a friendship. It is okay to leave. And if it was meant to be and now we're meant to like be friends or whatever, then it will circle back. Like I've had issues with someone, with a friend, and we decided to leave. But at the end of the day, we kind of circled back and were able to show love. And that's what happens if it's actually meant to be. But if it's don't and it dies, move forward. You come across so many people in your life.
Yeah.
Like so many people. Because you don't even know, like, you can find somebody at the grocery store, somebody at a concert,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? At your job, like, it don't matter. So, like, you'll always find new people to create new relationships with.
Mhm.
You don't have to keep holding on to these toxic relationships anymore.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Can I add something to what I said?
Yes.
It's also, life right now also is about, like, self-reflection too.
Mm.
This is why I say, like, sometimes you really do need alone time. Not only to self-reflect, but to reflect on, like, your relationships as a whole. Because the more that you're, like, with others, you're not really able to evaluate, like, what you have going on. But when you're, like, you know, by yourself, that's when you think the most. That's when you're really, like, intrigued in what you have going on. And during that time, you get to see things for what they are. I feel like in a situation that I never realized that I needed to get myself out of, I did not realize that until I was alone and I did self-reflection because I'm like, wait, I gave some good ass advice. But when I was literally in the midst of giving somebody advice, I was thinking about my situation. I was like,
Yeah.
You need
am
to-
I a fucking hypocrite?
Yeah.
Like, it was
Yes.
definitely given, like,
Do as I say, not as I do. type shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that literally took self-reflection. So I really thought about it to myself. And I'm like, you're sitting here telling somebody to do something that you're not even doing. Like, are you capable of doing it? Yes. But are you doing it yourself? No.
Right.
It's so easy to be on the outside looking in, which is why all my friends were the ones who had to really tell me about these red flags and stuff. Just like the girl earlier from the story that I was talking about. It's always easier for people to tell you on the outside looking in, but you have to be able to see that for yourself too. Because some people don't care enough to say stuff like, or even tell you about what's going on with the next person.
Sometimes the toxic friends are the ones who are like doing the most, but it's the ones who want to be a yes man and be like, oh yeah, girl, that's fine, or they don't actually tell you about yourself when it needs to be done.
Exactly. And just like the toxic friend in the situation, she was like making up dramatic ass situations in order to reel her back in and isolate her from her other friends.
Oh, Lord.
Since she's on the outside looking in and you think that she has your best interest in mind, that she's telling you something that's maybe like golden and you should listen to. But if you took that time out to reflect for yourself and see what you had going on as a whole, then you might see like, damn, no, this bitch is really crazy. She's really trying to have me for herself. Like, it's very weird. So I think you just really need some like self-reflection time. You need to reflect on all aspects of every relationship that you have going on in your life and figure out if it's like beneficial for you, not like financially or anything, but I'm talking about mentally. Are you learning from this friend? Are y'all growing together? Like all of that. Like you really have to just self-reflect and make sure that your friendships and relationships are good for you and that it's not getting toxic.
So one thing I did when I was in undergrad was I decided to go through this thing that I call the cleanse. So so what I did was, for a period of time, I can't remember how long it was, but I stopped talking to niggas and I didn't have anybody in my phone. Nothing.
Okay.
That way I could do some self-reflection and I could be by myself. And that way, if I was to get into a relationship and it was to go wrong or if it was toxic, I could leave because I would be comfortable being on my own. And I think that a lot of people need that self-reflection that way they can be comfortable with yourself. Get to know yourself.
Definitely.
Read a book. Go
Read a book. Read a book. Read a book.
I bet y'all don't know that song. I don't.
If y'all know that, put it in the comments. Tell us where that's from.
Okay, let me stop.
Yeah, you lost me.
And I spelled it wrong too. So.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I do have a question.
Yes.
So my question is, what is your toxic trait? Y'all put it in the comments, or y'all can do the NGL link. What is your toxic trait?
Mine is probably so, and you know, motherfuckers be like, oh, zodiac signs and all that. Like, I think it plays a part, but to the point of dictating how motherfuckers act. I see these traits in all of the zodiac signs, but my big thing is like I pick up on energies and like shifts in energies, and so I will definitely attempt to have a conversation with you about that. But if I don't feel like you're being truthful in that conversation, I'll start handling you accordingly.
Dang.
And like it just like I mean I don't know what more to say about it, and like it may come off toxic to other people, but for me I'm like protecting my peace, because if you don't feel like you can be honest with me, then why am I about to continue to fool with you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm hear me out, sis.
Like I'm hearing you out. I'm hearing you out.
I'm saying that it's giving you testing these niggas.
Bitches too.
Right.
Like,
Right. You
No,
testing them,
girl.
like you're literally giving them a test, and you're like, if you fail, I'm handling you accordingly.
Well, and it's like it's not even. I don't make these situations. It's just they arise, and like I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all know the situation I'm talking about, in which somebody did something. Remember, I called you the other day about this, and like I called this person out on it, and was like, "Hey, why'd you do this?" And like any other like clear thinking, logically thinking adult is like, oh, this is most likely why they did it, but they chose to like take a very immature route with the conversation. And so we literally like ain't talked since then, because I stopped writing back, and like now it's like this awkward situation every time we see each other because that person lied, but you know, whatever, you know. Yeah. This I can't worry.
My toxic trait is, I guess,
You have nothing toxic about you, boo. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean that too, but I'm honestly never wrong. No, like seriously, like okay. Actually, I take that back. Scratch. 90% of the time, I'm
Lord.
not wrong. I be knowing what I'm talking about. So like, I guess in that aspect, it's hard for me to take accountability. Like, I'm one of those type of people. I'm not gonna take accountability just to make you feel better.
Oh.
So I may acknowledge, but I'm not gonna take accountability for something that I feel like I wasn't wrong in. So I guess that's my toxic trait, because I'm always right 90% of the time.
Permission to read you?
And people
Like, no, before you do that, what are you meaning? Are you meaning in
Jada said
situations?
same, sis.
Are you meaning in situations of like you're calling somebody out on something, or like what do you mean you're never wrong?
So, vice versa, somebody trying to call me out on something. Like, really,
I need an
this is
example.
really like not even. I guess I wouldn't say friendships, because I know when I'm being a bitch.
It's usually relationship type stuff.
It's usually relationship type stuff, because really and truly, if I ever felt like I was wrong, and this another thing, if I ever felt like I was wrong in anything, I will come to you about it before you can even say something to me. So if you're saying something to me and I didn't say something to you about it already or acknowledge it, then I'm like, that went over my head. I wasn't wrong, but I'm a listening ear for when you want to complain about where you thought I was wrong at. But I'm gonna take it in, and I'm gonna acknowledge it, and I'm going to tell you to pray about it. Like,
okay, sis.
I'm
Hear me
sure
out.
things will get better.
Hear me out.
Okay.
It's giving closed-minded. Just
But I mean, it's not for what it was. Like
But
you said, you don't like hold yourself accountable. Like that really is like
you know what you're doing.
Said it, yeah,
you
like,
know what you're doing.
Yes.
So do you think that is something that you should be working on in you saying this?
I mean, if they're worth it, I'll work on it. But
Ma'am, what?
We need you to work on that today. Somebody once told me, don't say one day, say day one.
Period. Well, so, okay, because I just want to say
2023.
that's our New Year's resolution.
stand
In that, so I just gonna throw this out there of like, it's not necessarily of like who's right and who's wrong. So it's so crazy how like stuff happens, y'all. I was studying for the MCAT, and one of the, they have this section where you have to read through like an article or stuff like that, and you gotta answer questions on the article. And so the article was talking about how usually like westernized societies, mostly the US, we think of disagreements in the way of like a war. And so it's like, I'm on one side, you're on the other side, I'm right, you're wrong.
Dang.
And so it seems like that's kind of what you're thinking about it like. And I'm not even saying this to blame you. I'm still working through that. Like that was me in my last relationship of forgetting friendship, relationship, whatever. And I think we talked about this. It's not you against that person. It's y'all against the problem. And y'all are trying to like work on this problem and work through it. Because like you said, if they worked it, you're going to do that work.
Yeah.
So like if you really love this person and cherish this person, like it's not about right or wrong. Just hear them out. And if you think they saying some bullshit after you done heard them out, then fuck them. But like, if you just give them that benefit of doubt that they're actually saying something that may either help you in y'all relationship or help you in all your relationships type shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm working on this as well. Like, I promise, I'm like...
Jada said, okay, preach.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I do self-reflect that 10% of the time when I think I'm wrong. So...
Okay.
Y'all finish y'all drink. Come on.
But
now.
what I got out of that was we need to blame the white man.
How did she because the white man pit us against each other, and now we think of everything against each other.
Because you literally said westernized societies.
I mean, you're right. So this is the big thing. This is the last thing. This is all the preaching I'm going to do. My grandpa always used to tell me, like, he used to use, don't remember what one of them shows from the 60s or whatever it's from. One for all and all for one. And like most Eastern societies, can y'all hear me? Don't play.
Okay, we good.
Sorry, most Eastern societies, they think of the good of the group and not the good of the individual. But that's where the big difference is.
Collective versus individual.
Yeah.
Oh, what is
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
What is that called? I'll remember this saying. Y'all keep going.
Definitely.
That's
But
crazy.
so I think like that plays a part in it as well. Like again, we can blame the white man because no, not even trying to be funny. And Mono, most of the shit does stem back to some shit of like you get on Twitter. All Twitter is people arguing like, oh, we have it worse than you, or why when you're doing this you do that against this person and that person. Like, literally all these issues have been fabricated, and like now we're literally, oh my gosh, y'all, we be having combos. Because was we not just talking about how 90? No, because I said I wasn't gonna say 90.
Dial it back.
50 to 60% of beefs, like in the hood, start off some bullshit. Like
envy.
Like hating ass nigga, daggone, hating ass bitch, like motherfucking, oh, you had sex with my girl, so now my clique is beefing with your, like, it's all about some dumbass shit that like don't even matter at the end of the day, but people are either losing their lives, losing money, time over this shit. Like,
losing their motherfucking minds.
Like,
at this point.
Come on.
Like,
I'm done preaching.
It's time for another. But while you do that, I guess I'll go ahead and tell my toxic traits.
Ooh, what is it? I could tell.
What? My toxic trait is that I'm an overthinker. It's bad.
That's it.
What do you mean? Are you about to tell me what my toxic trait is? Like, what?
Because I thought you was gonna say.
No, it's like, oh, you didn't text me back right after? What are you doing? Like, oh, you didn't tell me goodnight with the kissy face? What are you doing?
Bro, I seen a video about this, and it was like, y'all females assume the worst when it comes to like a dude not texting back. Like, it was literally like, imagine that a dude just got in a car accident and he's on the side of the road, and your last message to him was like, why the fuck you ain't answer my phone call?
Damn.
But it's like, why the fuck did you answer my phone call? Oh, you was in a wreck all day and you ain't like, wake up and tell me that. Why you didn't tell me? Like,
Man.
Like you
That
couldn't
is
think to text me before you died, nigga. Like the fuck, like
And feel free to read me because I read y'all.
I
Because like I don't know what it, and it don't even be as simple. Okay, I'm not crazy, y'all. I promise y'all, I'm not crazy. But it don't be like simple shit like that. It's more so like we have a conversation. I'm looking at your posture, all this other stuff, and I'm like, well, he did this with this, and it was June on a Sunday evening.
oh my god, you've been reading the stars.
and you have a telltale, like,
Bria!
you accidentally wink your eye when you lying, like.
And then you scratched your head. Was that scratch your head because of me or because of what?
Why Bria said, and what was you doing to get in the wreck?
Texting another bitch.
Where was you on your way to?
Texting another bitch.
Like for real.
God don't like ugly. That's why he put you in that dick. Now text me back and tell me that you
Are sorry. Take accountability, sir.
You ain't mean it. Apologize.
Yes.
Crazy.
I'm learning. I'm really learning. Like one thing I learned, oh my gosh, what did I hear this shit from? But I forgot what it was. But I learned that I took them tests. That test that you told me about.
Yes.
What was it called?
It was like your attachment style test.
Yes.
I know everybody done took it. I'm gonna try to find a link for y'all and drop it in the thing.
Yes.
didn't do that.
Yes, and it tells you like about like your attachment issue or something like that. I forgot what it was.
Yes.
But anyways, I was reading it and I found out that sometimes I don't necessarily have abandonment issues necessarily, but like I'm so overly attached to where the point I start overthinking. And so when I get to that point where I start to overthink a lot of shit, I'm like, okay, Mo, chill out, take a deep breath because it's not that deep. And you're starting to imagine things that really aren't there.
Yes. Literally. Oh my gosh. No, overthinking, I think, one, you're not the only one.
Oh,
Right?
definitely
Thank you.
not.
Because I mean, that
Definitely.
kind of goes into mine as far as like, you know, me reading your energy. It could be you had a long day or whatever. But also, and I think in every episode, this is going to be a thing. Communicate, motherfucker. I'm like, tell me that. Like, so I'm not having to overthink. I'm not having to be like, dang, well, why is he being nonchalant with me today? Or, why were we in the middle of a great combo and he just stopped texting me out of nowhere?
Last night we was cuddled up and you didn't rub my booty.
Tell me that you just crashed into the ditch. And you
Now
only
we
got
back
5
to this.
breaths left.
Now we back to this. Y'all, get her. Please get her. Because something ain't right with her, okay?
Man.
But no, like, literally it always comes down to communication.
It does.
And friendships, intimate relationships, co-workers, all that. Like, let me know where it is that we stand.
Yes. You know, one thing that I told somebody one time was like, I don't ask people for honesty because I feel like honesty creates too much pressure onto people. So I ask for transparency. That way we can just be totally just like lay it all out on the table.
Yes.
Because people think that the truth and this and that and they weigh so much weight on that. So it's like, no, I don't want honesty. I want transparency. Be real with me.
Ooh.
Show me who you really are.
That's a good one.
Thank
sis.
you.
Yes.
Hear me out.
Yes.
I want both, okay?
No, but I definitely agree. It's all about your wording with people. Because dudes will probably take like honesty as like, damn, she's asking for too much.
I gotta tell her.
Like you
Yeah.
said,
Like telling on themselves.
Yes, you say transparent. I don't know why that seems so much different.
Yes.
It's pretty much the same thing, but
It's perspective, I guess.
yes, it's just very different.
Y'all, I be having these conversations in the shower with my damn self. Okay, and like literally, I was just thinking how now, you know how they're always like connotation and denotation, like basically how a word makes you feel, and then like what the actual definition is.
Yeah.
And it seems like now how it makes you feel is more important than the definition.
Yes.
So it's like literally, I saw a post and a woman was like, this guy, the Try Guys, that shit going on with them and dude cheating on his wife with the assistant or whatever. Long story short, one of the coworkers with him was like, damn, I feel like I'm going through, did he say, I'm traumatized? That's what he said. And so somebody commented on was like, oh, you're taking the word traumatized and you're turning it into something else. And so an actual therapist got on there and was like, but actually, no, he's using it properly, using it for the definition of traumatized and not for how the word makes you feel.
Yeah.
And so it's like so crazy now, like somebody can make a TikTok and say these nice, words that make you feel nice, and like they really not saying shit, or they're probably telling you some bullshit. Like that shit is crazy to me. Like, I don't know what y'all think. Like, first of all, so we done talked about a lot, but as far as like, so we done talked about mental health and things like that, but you're in this situation with a person who's showing these toxic traits, like, do you stick beside them and try to help them through this phase that they going through? Like, or do you just point them to like, my nigga, there go to counseling center, my nigga, like,
come at me when you heal.
Like,
here's a link.
Like,
I honestly feel like you have to know your limit. Like,
speak on that.
I just feel like do not sit there and keep trying to heal somebody who don't want to be healed, who's not ready to be healed.
Don't say
yes.
You
cannot say. Don't say
period. You don't want to be saved.
Like, you cannot save somebody who does not want to be saved. Like, and you can't force somebody to do anything. Like, and then on top of that, when you do stuff like that, that person is going to be doing it solely based off of you. So if you remove yourself, it's going to take them 10 steps back because they were only doing it for you.
Yeah.
You have to allow them to get into a space where they want to do it for themselves. If they do not want to do that, if they're not ready for the healing process, you need to remove yourself because you're not doing nothing but subjecting yourself to that toxicity. If they are ready to be healed, if they're ready to go through that process, yes, you can be there to support them. And I will say, you can hold their hand maybe to an extent, but don't handicap them. They have to do the work.
Yes.
They have to do the work, or it's not going to be for anything, and you're going to be back to square one when it's all over. So,
yeah,
definitely.
That's my take on it.
I think for me, it just depends on who it is. So, like, it depends how invested I have already been in the situation. So, say it's a friendship. How long have we been friends? Okay, I'm going to work with you on this. If not, at my big ass age, goodbye.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Understandable.
Now,
I just met this bitch.
No. But as far as an intimate relationship, I told y'all I'm DW. But at the same time, like I said, I'm getting to the point that at my big ass age, goodbye. But it also depends, like you said, are you willing to work on this toxicity? Like we're going to I'm gonna meet you there. Like I got you.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you know how they say that Black women always get stuck with trying to teach people and what's so funny?
I missed my whole
But they get stuck on trying to pretty much raise a man. Oh my goodness.
You can't raise a man. You know.
What you don't do.
Yeah, I heard
that
before.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. And so I'm just that I'm not into it. No thank you.
Absolutely not. I agree.
I'm with y'all. I definitely do feel like it always depends. Time, longevity, what has the relationship been like up to this point? Really all of those factors. I do feel like once you get to a certain age, and I think we've hit on this a couple of times, how you were talking about when you're younger, you do want to do everything with your friends and X, Y, and Z. But once baby, I'm about to be 30 next year. So let me just throw that out there. I'm on my grown woman. I'm not on now I'm still discovering and learning myself, but I also am figuring out, this, and this, I'm not accepting that.
Period. Yes.
These are my non-negotiables, and if you cannot meet me there, then there's nothing that we have to talk about. And that's for men and women too.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to hit on a point of, because, and I never lie to y'all, okay? hear me out. I used to be this person, and I'm so happy I've grown from it. So y'all know that there are women and men of like, you'll give your significant other 35 chances, but you won't give your friends those same amount of chances.
Bro.
And you would cut your friend off of, well, you done did, and not saying like it be legitimate reasons. It was legitimate reasons that I cut them hoes off, though. It really was, because hear me out. But
You gotta
like,
funny to be taking out.
Seriously.
But
I'm feeling triggered.
like, no, for real, because looking back on it, I'm really just having all these like thoughts in my head. It's you know, homecoming, you run into a lot of old faces or whatever, and so it just really got me to thinking like, dang, like I should have been cut that nigga off. Just to think, where, you know, no regrets. I didn't, you know, I got my lessons out of it.
Yeah.
But like, dang, if I would have been cut that nigga off and like put my bitches on the pedestal that they should have been on instead of this nigga. Where would I be in this? Like, where would I be in this?
I feel like you coming from me. Like,
No, I said
I
used to be this person, and so like that's why it is to me in friendships and intimate relationships. No, like when you see those red flags, either have that conversation and hopefully y'all find some common ground.
Yeah.
Or get out of that situation.
Yeah.
Because everybody has got to come to that realization on their own. Like, you can be a friend and say, hey, friend, you do this and this, and that's probably not good for you. Like, but they got to come to that realization themselves, as you said, with that self-reflection.
And then it's like getting mad at friends because they don't see things the way you see it. Or being like, she wasn't receptive to what I said, so maybe I should fall back and cut her off. Why?
But if it was a nigga, it would not be the same.
Yes, it would not.
Like, you get into a little tussle with your friends all the time. Like
I will say this, like, dang, I forgot it. It's okay.
Ooh, Bernice, you better preach.
What she
Bernice 250 said, in my opinion, friendships should be stronger than relationships, because once that relationships end, you'll need a backbone and a shoulder to rely on on that healing journey. And you ain't never lied.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
True.
So for me, it's like we hold them to separate standards, and we know that we do, because the first time a bitch start acting funny, we say she act like she my nigga.
That nigga said a couple times. Like,
we already
like I said. But two, you gotta think. Yo, nigga can give you some good dick.
Because I'm in my head thinking of how many different categories my nigga is fulfilling versus my friend. Like
it's no, like I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm saying that
this is how you're thinking.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Is it because you're limiting your friend to doing that much stuff for you? You're not giving them that energy, so they're not giving you that energy. They could be there for you. Y'all could be going on dates. Yeah, you could be there confiding in them. They could be giving you what you need, but you're limiting them because you think that this should be a nigga.
Yeah, I think that's why I only said the dick in the head. That's why I only said that. No,
you and your friend are going that.
Cause you like she ain't fucking me. She ain't paying my bills. That's your mindset.
Yes,
that's your mindset.
And so with that, it's just like.
Rhea said, "Thank you, Shannon." So
yes.
And I said, "She ain't fucking me."
Like, and I'm not saying that these is the right thoughts, but that's usually where the energy comes from. Of like, well, damn, you know, like how you with your girls, you be like, damn, Shan always leave early to go be with her nigga. Well, you know.
But is that a problem?
So
no, not at our big ass age. This should not be a fucking problem. Like,
right.
I bet if you had somebody to go home to, it wouldn't be a problem.
Very true.
If you can relate,
and that's how a lot of bitches end up lonely too. For real. What? That's how a lot of bitches end up lonely.
Yeah, but see, and I'm not saying it's a problem at all. Look, it shouldn't be a problem at all. Yes,
right. So.
But this goes back to that original how I was saying, like, you should hear them out though, because
Mhm.
it's not to say that your feelings, like, I'm invalidating your feelings or anything like that.
Right.
Dang, it does suck that, damn girl, we used to have our all-nighters and X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
Well, things change though when you get a significant other.
Yeah. They
Like,
do.
damn, I'm not saying I gotta be in the house at 8 p.m., but about 1, 2 o'clock, like, I'm trying to be laid up.
Man.
I'm like, I'm
Man.
trying to be cuddled up. Like,
Me
I'll
too.
cuddle with you,
Shit.
friend.
Mhm.
But, like, what is we doing?
Babe, we're not about to be drunk together talking about our feelings all night when I can be laid up with my nigga.
Like, and not
I
even
think there's a healthy balance. There's a healthy balance because
Mhm.
I used to be like, I'm the type of person where I cannot stand a bitch who always puts her nigga over her friends.
Mhm.
I cannot deal with it. Like, every time I hit you up to like link up, hang out, go out, and you like, no, I'm about to just be cuddled up. I'm staying in tonight.
Like, not every
No,
night.
ma'am.
Yeah.
No.
No, I
There's a
feel you.
healthy balance.
I feel you. I definitely agree. And two, like, I think that opens up another door of, like,
She may be in a toxic relationship.
definitely. Because I was going to say that giving either or, if it's your friend or your significant other, giving them the benefit of the doubt over everybody else. Like, so I had a conversation with a coworker or whatever, and she was telling me how she was in a toxic relationship back in the day or whatever, and dude basically was cheating on her, like, all the time.
Damn.
And people were coming and telling her though.
Wow.
But she wasn't hearing them out because she was putting her nigga over them.
I see what you did.
And then, like, come on. And, like, and she was telling me, like, damn, the one girl, like, was really a good friend to me at the end of the day. And she was, like, keeping it fucking real with me. But I never could, like, this nigga had me so gone that I couldn't even, like, actually hear my friend out.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, first of all, if I'm ever with a dude and y'all see him cheating on me, tell me.
Man.
Tell
And that
me.
might have just
Tell
been
me.
because
Tell me.
dick too bomb.
Like, see, nah, cause I ain't never trying to be, what's that, Jennifer Hudson? I said Jennifer Hudson.
Cool, girl.
Wrong person, y'all. Why I can't think? She just came out with an album.
Jasmine
Sullivan. Oh my God.
Hotels.
Yes, the
Yes.
one where she was like, I'm giving them money. I'm
Yes.
giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm doing this and I'm doing that because his dick is good. He ain't giving you no money.
Put it down. So that's what it's called.
It's literally
Put it
just
down
the
by
dick.
Jasmine Sullivan. Yes. Yes. Oh, you're not singing the song. Okay, y'all. So Soap said your friends should be understanding of that part of you for real. I agree. Y'all want to read Bernice? Bernice said, normalize using B.O.B.
Whoa.
Battery operated boyfriends, because I refuse to be digmatized. I think I like the intimacy in my friendships, or just to set a schedule for friends and the nigga. I can't imagine walking into a room with the nigga confidently when the whole room knows that he's been cheating. It's so embarrassing. Free our girls for real. Dead ass.
Let's drink to that. Free our bitches for real.
Cheers to
Like,
the single life.
like,
Free them.
salute to that, Bernice.
Free ganging them.
Free us from the shackles of these fuck niggas.
For real. Because.
But about these battery operated boyfriends, dead ass.
I don't do that.
No. Hold on, real quick. No, on that.
Yes.
We not even acknowledging that because she on that bullshit. Did y'all know? And correct me if I'm wrong.
What?
You gonna talk about that rose?
No.
Oh.
That a man, first of all,
What is that?
invented the vibrator
Oh, shut up.
because men was not satisfying they women. And they was like, here,
Let me find somebody else to do it for you.
literally. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Twitter told me this. Is it wrong? Is I'm lying? Look it up. Please, somebody look it up.
But
Tell me who
the
invented
crazy
it.
thing about it, I also saw on social media that they basically said women is doing too much of it to the point where, like, men can't satisfy a woman because y'all going overboard with
No.
the B.O.B.
No. I refuse to
And
agree
I
to
say
this.
y'all because
Let me say this. I just want to say this
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
sis.
Fuck any man who thinks that. Okay, go ahead.
I disagree because there is totally a different feel.
Yeah,
A different feel. It's a vibration.
yeah.
Ain't nothing like a warm ass man to just.
Y'all know what she's talking about. We don't gotta get
So,
too.
no, you can't even say that. No, we're not. Niggas, you're insecure because you don't know how to hit her G-spot. So shut the fuck up.
Because I can't get soul talk. So
Yes.
sometimes with a vibrator.
No.
Like, at all. And too, like, men and women, like, be open to that criticism. And the funny thing is, I was watching the last episode and we were talking about that. Like, if somebody tells you, like, you can know the gist of, you know, how to do the thing, but everybody is different. Baby, I like it when you know, look to the left a little bit. Or I like it when you daggone do, you know, I ain't gonna get too vulgar on the cone. But, like, I like it when you do it like this. Like, you have to be open to that.
Right.
Every woman and every man does not like the same thing.
Baby, you got that curve, so use it.
Girl, I had this big
And
dick
this
nigga.
is how
He
you
was-
do that.
Like, I had a little big dick nigga. He was like, nah, you need to use both hands.
Oh.
It squeezed me.
Otherwise, it's
Yes,
about
sir.
500.
Like, it squeezed me. So,
Yes.
like, you have to be open to that criticism.
And going,
Like,
circling back to the whole toxic thing, I think that BOBs are great because before, say, you talking to a nigga, and you know, you see some red flags, but y'all just talking, whatever, but the dick is amazing.
oh.
But you know you need to get out of the situation or like at least have a conversation with him and see where he's at. Use your BOB before you go see that nigga.
Niggas do that shit too, though.
Shut
like,
up.
they will literally, no, for real, they be like, I have to nut before I go over here.
Shut up.
Because I'm literally, no, you have, literally, y'all ain't heard of post-nut clarity?
No.
Yes,
What?
literally, literally. Men, please get in here and, like, back me up. But they will literally, like, oh, I literally only fucked that bitch because I was horny as fuck. Like, if I either had fucked somebody else or, you know, nutted before I went over there, I probably wouldn't have had sex with her. Yeah.
I gotta call my guy friends tonight because this ain't. I have never heard of that shit.
Yes.
Niggas really be
Yes.
before they go over.
Like, first of all, you should do that anyway because you got to get that first one out the way. Or
Man.
whatever. That's a little game for you young men.
Oh,
Some said it's definitely a thing.
wow!
Yes.
This is my first time hearing this
Yeah,
shit.
y'all put me on.
Man.
Man. I'm like oblivious to all this.
Wow. I mean, I can see you doing it so that you can have more stamina when you come see her, but not to have a clear mind. Because if I'm being real, I don't think that niggas be thinking that far.
Girl, King Peyton 23 said, Shan on her, give it up again.
I know a few young men. Okay?
Thank you, King Peyton.
Y'all need to quit telling y'all business on Twitter.
Look, keep telling me the business, okay? Because I want to know. And that's literally why you got guy friends.
Cheers.
Like, cheers, y'all.
Because baby, I need to know. Because I'm going to be like,
Wow, post-nut clarity.
man. So, I need to know, are there signs that I can tell that somebody did it?
Maybe he's not like being. Let me know.
I would just say if he ain't thirsty on some like,
that's what I was getting.
then he's probably did it. And two, just think now. I mean, you would never know definitively if they've done that, but if they've done that and they still own you, both sides like they probably really fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not just about having sex and busting a nut. Like it's like, oh damn, I really fuck with you. I'm trying to spend time with you. X, Y, and Z. It might still lead to the
Or
sex.
just real life can't resist you.
Period. Because we some baddies out here.
Y'all see us, quit playing.
Because I don't think no dude has ever had post-nut clarity with me.
Bye. You can't even speak on this shit because you don't even use BLBs.
Like, but for real though. But oh, that was my other point though. Cause hear me out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Try using it with your partner. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I can't lie. I have wanted to do that.
Like
Woo!
no,
Yeah.
it's,
Highly
no,
recommend
like if you,
Highly recommend.
it's gonna get a little nasty. Okay.
Yeah, like a man.
And they like it.
Yes, no.
They like it.
Like if you imagine your dude's hitting you missionary, okay? Woo! And he got your vibrator on your clit at the same time. Just imagine how that would feel. Like I just need y'all to imagine that. And dudes, imagine how that feel. Like you would feel a little bit of the vibration. You would feel her like having. Come on, just think
Bernice
about it.
said, yes, Shan, that's double trouble, baby.
It just sounds like fireworks.
Like,
Girl.
it's
big
basically like
performance,
you having a
parties.
threesome. Like that's basically what it's getting.
She
on.
also said, go ahead.
Oh, she said, I think B.O.B. helps us know what our ultimate high is. Men who are intimidated by B.O.B. need to know that he's their ally. You can use B.O.B. during sex and still enjoy the man.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
She said it's
Hey,
getting
Bree-
too hot in
It's
this
real
life.
hot. No, because a real man is not going to allow that B.O.B. to
Out.
emasculate him.
Hell no.
Come on now.
Man.
I mean, you get a little tired.
Because
I
at the end of the day,
not get intimidated by a toy.
hear me out. At the end of the day, it's his best friend.
Come on. I ain't gonna give y'all no more gems, okay? I got like if y'all wanna hit me up, type in the NGL link. I'll give y'all a little more game if y'all send some stuff in the NGL link. But like I ain't giving it no more. Yeah.
Yes, I am all down for it.
I
She
love
is.
This was a great conversation. Y'all don't even want to stop.
Not
We're
at all.
like,
What are y'all takeaways for this conversation as far as like toxic relationships and friendships? Y'all go ahead and comment what y'all feel like y'all toxic. I say y'all toxic. What y'all takeaways are about toxic relationships and friendships, and let us know.
Yes, I would say that I'll go first. I think my takeaway today was that I need to stop putting like my intimate relationships and my platonic relationships and putting them on different standards as far as like giving this nigga chance after chance and then cutting this bitch off because I'm sick of her ass.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. And then also, I think just, which I'm already working on, but this conversation kind of solidified it, catching those red flags when you first see them and either addressing them or running in the other direction.
Man, don't be a DW. Oh, damn. Okay, there we go. Don't be a DW is what Shan said.
And then I think mines are always I don't like to be a negative person, so I always assume good intent with all my friends. But I think through more self-reflection, that I will be able to like see things clearly. So just improving myself and continuing to do more self-reflection and not always assuming good intent with everything.
Yeah.
Definitely. Really quickly, I'm gonna shout you out, Bernice. First of all, thank you for tuning in, girl.
Yes.
She said we need a man on this pod so we can talk about the battery-operated girlfriends during sex. That's a conversation.
No, for real.
With his sock or his
That's a
left
conversation we need to have too.
Usually the guys are on here, but they a little silent tonight. I mean,
Yes,
King,
G, why you just now getting on?
yes,
Yes.
King Peyton, like gave us a little bit,
A little
tonight,
something.
but we need more.
Because what you call it again?
What? Post-nut clarity?
Post-nut clarity?
Clarity, yeah.
Clarity, okay.
Yes, I gotta do my research.
Writing it down.
Let's talk about it. G, Trenton, Taylor, battery. Dre, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all ain't said nothing.
Because we need to know.
Literally.
Like
I
Shan
love
says,
it.
let's talk about it.
I love it. Those were some good takeaways. So
Yes. Okay. So y'all, it's time for the tweet of the day. Tweet, tweet. The tweet of the day. Tweet, tweet. Okay, so this tweet is from Respectfully Justin. Ladies, what's the brokest shit a man has ever done or said around you? And on the flip, men, what's the brokest shit a woman has ever done or said around you? Go ahead, put it in the comments, y'all.
So it's so funny because we wasn't even together. This is we were exes at the time that this happened.
Oh wow.
So, dudes love the flex. Like, especially when they're your ex, they definitely want to flex. So dude's like, oh, okay, like, we got to smoke, we got to go get a bottle. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, whatever. Y'all, this man goes into the liquor store, right? He comes back out of the liquor store, and he's like, oh, my card declined getting the bottles, so I gotta, like, transfer some money. And
why he tell you this?
I don't know. I was literally, and the funny thing is, he said it out of his mouth, like, oh, I hit you up because I just wanted to show you how good I was doing at X, Y, and Z. You're not doing you're literally.
You can't even buy a bottle? Nigga, what the fuck is you doing?
And he probably offered to.
Man.
That'd be the worst part about it. Me, I gotta low key think about that because.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
So, this was my boyfriend. Was he my boyfriend? I guess, I suppose. I don't know. But anyways, so he wanted to take me out to dinner so we could have a conversation and so forth. So I'm like, all right, cool. We went to the Eagle. It's a little expensive, but it's not too bad. It's not like the fucking...
It's not going to like Eddie Merlot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we go to the Eagle and I was like, do you want me to like take care of mine or whatever? He said, no, I got it. I was like, all right, cool. So, his name is the Cash App Bandit. So,
and y'all knew.
So, we go, we eat, all this stuff. The bill comes. Y'all, why did this nigga look at me and ask me to Cash App him some money to pay the bill? Nigga, you told me that you got this. Why do I need to Cash App you right here and then and there?
Like.
Then, I said he's the bandit, y'all. It continues. There's a pattern. Then I found out this nigga was sending Cash App requests to not only one of my guy friends, but my friends, I'm gonna just say this, my friend's nigga that he knew. The fuck? Cash App requests. He didn't even text them like, hey bro, can I borrow da-da-da. No, just the Cash App request.
Is that how y'all do it?
The brokest shit I've ever seen. I digress.
No, I'll go ahead and say what I think mine was. And have y'all ever had one of those send me this and let me flip it niggas?
Oh
yes! Yes!
I literally
I feel like everybody has had one of those.
I missed my $250, nigga.
I basically had a nigga that was like, send me this amount and I'ma flip it and make you this amount.
Oh no. Did you send it to him?
I did.
Did he flip it?
No, because you trying to be funny.
What's that song with Ciara? You got it. Flipping, reversing.
He flipped it and reversed it already.
He reversed it already and made less than what I sent him.
Oh my god.
Not only did he flip it, but he sent me less than what and then had the nerve to say, well, it was fees that came out in. I said,
listen.
so not only did you take my investment and not flipping what you gave me less money back, baby, this ain't stocks.
Like,
Man.
nigga,
You was supposed to at least give me back what I sent you.
He
my ROI.
He said there's a processing fee, babe.
Like,
I said,
he said the way my checking and savings is set up, I had to pay to flip it from the savings to the checking. And it take 3 business days.
Come on, Kevin.
Man, it's like the way your flip game was set
No,
up,
sir.
like you shouldn't
No,
have been
sir.
doing it in the first place. But yeah, how you gonna flip my money and make less than what I gave you?
That's sickening.
That's sickening as fuck.
No.
No, Bernice. She said, a man said he loved authentic Mexican food, and I was like, what's your favorite authentic?
Hey y'all know this shit is so funny to me.
What?
She said, now I like Taco Bell, but authentic Mexican.
No, baby, no.
No, hey, this is so funny to me because y'all know I do not like authentic Mexican food. I love Taco Bell. So if somebody would have said that, I would have been like, I love Taco Bell. That ain't authentic Mexican.
Like, it's literally, it's not.
Stop
Man.
playing.
Man.
That is wild.
She said another nigga only wanted us to go to the movies on Tuesdays only. And he would go bowling after 11 p.m. only because it was cheaper. Please.
Oh my gosh. Bernice, now, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the men.
Yes.
I'm mad at the men.
Hey, you are free after 11 on 1.
Like, this is not high school where we only had nights and weekends, my young man.
She said, LMAO, we need to sue these men for damages for real.
Men, like, I'm only available to go to the movies on Tuesdays. Like, boy, it's $5 Tuesdays. Quit trying to act like.
I'm weak
bro.
and so sad, man. We got fooled because he never flipped it. Never flipped it.
Ain't never flipped. He ain't never bought that bag back. What happened? What happened, Tinkerbell?
With
No,
the bag,
because I'm
yeah.
mad. No, I'm mad because in my situation, y'all, I needed that money.
Oh, I was banking on it.
I literally,
So think of that.
I had already put that
no,
shit in my budget, y'all.
like,
Damn.
I ended up losing my apartment and everything. Like, I really wanted. Like, it was a serious situation.
Damn.
I was like 19 or whatever, but still.
Mhm.
Bernie said, I'm afraid to ask how much you gave him.
Oh, how much did you give him?
My bad.
And how much did he try to give you back?
9,000.
Was it less than 500?
Absolutely fucking
Okay.
not.
Was it more than 750?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God,
I literally
Yeah.
almost lost my.
I ain't fucking psychotic.
It was a whole
now.
bag. Jesus. You know what? Can we, ignore the fact that he didn't come up with it, but acknowledge the fact that bitch, a boss ass bitch. Period. She had a back just like, here, take that shit.
Like,
Flip that shit.
Flip it.
I mean,
Okay.
he reversed it. But hey.
Bernice, I'm weak. Okay, Million Ways _ Fabo. Do y'all believe the type of man that courts you reflects the type of woman you are? This makes me think about what Mo said. Remember when you was like, you're working on putting yourself in situations to find the man that you're looking for.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I'll give you that, and that, the situations you place yourself in are going to be the type of men you attract. But does that necessarily mean, because, look, I thought these were good guys, Fabo, okay? I thought these were really good men, and they had great potential, and I was here to cultivate that potential. And I was doing whatever for these young men, okay? Because I think it was like the pro-black in me was just like, I know you can do more than it is what you're doing. Like, I want to support you. I want to, and it don't even mean that we got to be together. Like, but I want to, like, I had a guy tell me I never used to read books. This man literally only read magazines.
Oh.
No bullshit. And was like,
Now
now,
the pictures.
like, and like, now he just told me.
Comic book ass.
Oh my gosh. And he told me, like, now I have a library of over 200 books.
Okay.
Like, so, like, that's the type of things that I'm trying to do with these
Yeah.
men. So it's like, I mean, sure, you can say, dang, you associated yourself with a man who was only reading magazines, but, like, now he's not only reading magazines.
Right.
I don't know. Fabo, tell us what you think.
He said, you sure you're not ignoring red flags?
I do acknowledge that sometimes, like, you are what you attract, or vice versa, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think as women, a lot of us feel like we can, like, help. We can build a nigga. That's why, like, it's like we have hope. We know, like, what we come with and what we can bring, and we just hope that we can, like, not find somebody, because we're not really seeking. It's who comes to us.
Yeah.
But it's like we're hoping that we can, like, I guess build a nigga to be, like, better. And sometimes it does work out that way.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't. But I just think, like, as women, we, like, have a lot of hope, and y'all should be honored that we're that way. To be quite fucking honest, because it's a lot of niggas who probably would never have ever gotten a chance from a lot of good females if we was like too stuck up or too stuck in our ways to be like, you can't bring me nothing to my table, so I'm not even gonna waste my time on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think that like we joke a lot about like, oh, you know, I mean, it be semi jokes for some people, but like pay my bills, you know, you need to treat me right, like do all this stuff, and you know, you need to be at my beck and call and this and that or whatever. We like play and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like you don't have to pay my rent, I suppose. But
I mean, not all of it.
But I'm like we joke at the end of the day, we're actually here for a partnership, and we're open for that. But the men who come knocking on our door are these funky ass niggas who just like no. And it's not even ignoring the red flags. It's just like we see there's so many fucking barriers.
I literally was gonna say that, but keep going. It's the facade that y'all put on, and like y'all do not come out the gate being who y'all are and showing like y'all true colors. And let's like be for real on that. Like,
and sometimes you just want to give a nigga a chance.
Yes.
Like, is that so wrong?
Definitely not. But also, like you said, the red flags usually come after you already like this.
After
man.
you like them, after
bada bing, bada boom. That's right.
Like
sis.
no, literally, an ex of mine, like he, oh my gosh, I can't remember what song it was. Probably a Future song, and it came on, and basically the song was saying like, oh, I'm trying to do you better than your last nigga, and I'm trying to do, and I got more money than your last. Like it was like that type of arrogance or whatever. And so, you know, I'm just taking it at what it is. Like, I'm not, like, feeding into it, but I'm also like, okay, cool. But then, like, this man ended up, like, he treated me better than all, like, I'll give him that. He definitely treated me better. But as far as, like, you having more money than them and you doing all that, like, that wasn't the case. And it didn't have to be the case. Though.
Right.
But this is what you sold me, and now I love you. Like, we done went through the whole, like, in this situation, I actually asked him to be my boyfriend. Like, I was like, I really like you. Like, and I want to, like, and I literally was like, I want to lock this in. Like, type shit. And then just come to find out, like, that wasn't what it was. And it was like, well, damn, like, I fucking love you now.
Damn.
And so, like, and I probably could have still left. I didn't want to. Like, but just being honest, like, I didn't want to. Like, that just...
Yeah. But it goes back to seeing the red flags, but you just trying to, like, help them. But sometimes that comes into, like, being a forceful, like, push. And
women are natural, like, healers. Like, we feel like we can heal. We feel like we can fix everything. And that don't really be the case. But Fable said, do you think some women are intimidated by a nigga with their own motion, well-liked, strong, prideful?
An immature woman? Yes.
No.
Because, well, I was saying that...
I agree with you.
Okay.
I'm saying I agree with
I was saying that because... So, you know how dudes would be like, you know, you want a nigga with money. You want a nigga with... who own his own business or whatever. And with that, I can't spend all of my time with you. And so, like, you can't be mad because I'm, you know, out in the streets, you know, making shit, having my own motion.
Right.
And I can't be with you all the time, but you like the lifestyle that I'm able to afford you. Or, you know, whatever it is, type shit.
Damn.
So, like, I think a real woman, a real person who supports that person and genuinely loves that person, and not just for what they can do for them, but actually loves that person, I don't think that would be a problem. But somebody who's not strong in themselves and is like with that person for something, most likely they're with you for the money or whatever, like they probably are intimidated by that because they don't got nothing else. They only got you.
I honestly would say intimidated is like the wrong word for it.
Okay.
I think intimidation is more so with men and strong-willed women. I think a lot of men are like intimidated by women who have their own, who you know that they don't need you for anything. Like you know, if I leave you, I'm gonna be good without you. Like, I think there's a lot of men who are intimidated by women in that aspect, but women intimidated by men in that aspect, no.
Right.
Do they misunderstand the situation? Yes, because they ain't got nothing going for themselves, and they would never understand like what you have going on as far as like having less time and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But you want this and that and forth from me, but you're not willing to sacrifice the fact that I'm not gonna have as much time to spend with you and this and that and the fourth.
Yeah.
Yes. So not understanding or whatever, or I mean, and that's, y'all know when a female is a bum, like just like we know when a man is a bum. So it's just like, in that aspect, it's all about you and who you choose, just like it's about women and who we choose. You can't, certain people you can't build.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes you have men who like, they have this false flex. They like to think like, I have so many accomplishments, I have so many like good qualities about me, this and that, and they're trying to be like this, strong, full pride or whatever, and it's like, dude, you can't even read. Like, dude, like, what you got? Man, you can't even command a fucking room. Like, no. So it's a lot of dudes who be pretending like they are flexing like that, but in reality, they're not.
Also, on that point,
you know who I'm talking about.
Also, on that point though, it's so funny. Like, y'all, we do not lie when we say we literally have conversations like this all the time.
Yeah.
Because I had a conversation like this with one of our other sisters, and we were talking about how, yes, I want a man who got his own motion. I want a man who's getting his bread and has his ambitions and is working on his goals and working on himself. But also, it's like men will come, and this is not just a man thing, but obviously I'm mostly dealing with men. So, like, men will come and be like, I make $100,000 a year. I have this job. I do this and I do this. Okay, but like, are you a good person?
Right.
Do you respect me not as a woman? Do you respect me as a person?
Yeah.
Do you treat me as your partner and not as your maid who cleans the house when you're not,
Fact.
like,
not as your blow up dog.
Literally.
Like, dead ass.
Like, and so like that is the biggest thing. Like, men are usually expected to be, breadwinners. Like, cool. What else do you bring to the table? Do you do service when you got time and you off? Like, are you, if you in an org, like, are you active in your org?
Yes.
Are you financially active in your org? Like, different things like that. Like, and this is like, you get to that age where you start thinking about stuff like that. Like, it's not just, I want a man with money and a big dick. Like, okay, but while you caressing me, like, is you whispering sweet nothings, is you motivating me, like, while you is you telling me how beautiful I am and how ambitious I am and how I be, you like commanding in the boardroom.
Like dudes who have like motion and stuff like that. That is such a turn on. Like, I love that ambition. And just
that's
like,
why I said it's hard for it to be intimidated for a woman.
Yes,
like
I totally agree with Bria. Bria said, I think that's what most women want. Yes, we do want that. We're not intimidated by it. We want that shit.
Soph also said no. And another thing I would say is you have to realize, as far as when it comes to men, it is very far in between that you find men who have their own motion, that are already successful, that have their own mindset, that are ready to like bring that to the table for another woman and able to share that and share their knowledge and
and a lot of
build another female, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and we know that a lot of black women are more successful, more educated than men.
Yeah, so
definitely so.
Fable said, I'm to the point now where I'm done building bitches. I'm not the type to trick per se, but I invest, so I'll pay for nail school or lash shit, all that type of shit. I got a little bougie now of women.
Has to have motion for me to court her. When I say motion, it's more than money. Yeah,
definitely.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, shit, I had a situation where a dude, like, I was out of school and he, like, I owe $8,000, and I think I paid probably like $1,500 or $2,000 of it by myself. Y'all, he paid the other it was like $5,300. The school paid the other $700. This man paid $5,000 for me to get back in school.
Wow.
That's the man that I respect.
What a king.
Like he, it's fucked up because he be on that bullshit or whatever. But at the end of the day, like I respect that man
Yes.
because I told him school was that important to me, and he made it important to him. Like
Right.
this man was literally like. I ain't gonna meet another one. Like I just don't see it. This man was literally y'all getting paid, sending me his whole check and telling me, pay what you want to your school, and then we'll take care of the bills.
Wow.
Period.
Wow.
Period. And period.
And that's the
Like-
thing. That's how you know the difference between a boss ass bitch and a gold digger is when she's not really wanting you to pay for nails, hair, all this and that.
Yes.
Pay something towards me that's gonna make me more a successful
Yes.
woman. That's gonna make uplift
Invest
me.
in me.
Yes.
Like,
So we love that, Babo. Keep
Yes.
investing in women.
and that's
We're
why
not
you have
telling
to know what is a true investment and what is a waste of time. Because
Right.
a female who's like investing in bags and shoes and all this and that and the fourth,
Yes.
but you like 5 days later, oh, the first is coming up and
My
I
rent
know you
ain't
sent
paid.
me money, but I got
Man.
me a bag,
Right.
but I need my rent.
No.
Baby, why didn't you use that money to pay? Okay.
Yeah.
Not even about to go into it. But Soph said it's dominance. And I completely agree.
Yes.
Like, that is sexy. That's not intimidating. It's sexy for a man to have his own motion.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
It's a lot of dudes that's not they're not dominant nowadays.
Mhm.
It's females who are the dominant ones, which is why it's very intimidating for males, is why I say that.
Mhm.
Like, I don't feel like a female, like, we can be submissive
Yes.
and we have something to be submissive to.
Put
We
me
have
in
to
my
be
place.
able to lead. We don't, if you're not giving us anything to follow, why would I be submissive to a man who can't even lead? Like,
Yeah.
no, you're gonna lead
Yeah.
me to fucking hell.
Literally.
Absolutely not.
But also though, cause hear me out real quick.
Mhm.
A good leader also knows when to follow.
Mm.
And like
Period.
that goes back to like treat me as your partner
Mm.
and not as your subordinate.
Yes,
Like a
that
real
one.
man knows like, okay, come in, like I love a man, y'all, who will like have a big decision in his life to make
Mhm.
and he comes and asks you for your yes.
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 Like that literally is like one of the things like, oh damn, this man, like that shows me you genuinely respect
Right.
me.
You fuck with me.
Like, and you think that I have something of value and that I can like
Mhm.
uplift you.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Run things past you.
Yes.
Like, come on, but like you should be doing that anyway. But if you're not with somebody that you don't feel like you can do that with, it's like, why are you with them?
All right. Clearly, you don't feel like they have any substance.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's all about who y'all choose to. It's not just us as females who we be choosing and we be trying to build. Like, it's all about who y'all choose to. Y'all be knowing
Yeah.
when females are not on nothing, when they
Man.
ain't got nothing to offer. Like,
Man,
That-
if the most she has to offer is her coochie, keep it moving. Keep it moving. And vice versa.
I mean, and that goes for money. Like, if all they got to offer are material things,
Yeah.
baby,
you know,
They
they
need
out.
it.
Niggas is gonna start shacking up.
like, come on now.
Because there's a lot of people who don't have the money, but they have the substance and they have everything else, and they just needed that person to come along and give them that push.
Mhm.
Or it was something
Definitely.
that you had that they're missing and that they just needed from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Fabo said I used to struggle with it for a while.
Yeah.
LOL.
It's all a learning process.
Like, I mean, you grow, you learn.
Yeah.
Every what they say, everything's a lesson or a blessing, or it
Man.
might be a little bit of both.
I
Like,
learned a lot today.
definitely.
A lot.
did,
Yes. Thank you, Shan.
Like,
Thank you,
this-
Rob.
stop
Thank you,
it.
Danielle.
We learned so much from each other
Yes.
and from y'all as
Yes.
well. Like, I thank y'all for coming to hear us out, and I love hearing y'all out, hearing y'all's perspective, especially the men who get on the live. Thank you
Yes.
for like interacting with us and just being y'all real selves. Like,
Yes.
we are not here to judge. We are not here to none of that. We literally we trying to pick some gems up as we drop
this is
them.
not a debate. This is just a really great conversation.
Yeah,
y'all
definitely.
teaching us things. Y'all letting us know how men think. We need to know from all perspectives.
Yes.
Like, we welcome all perspectives. perspective. So,
Definitely.
thank you.
Aw. Well, thank y'all so much for getting on. This
Yes.
was episode quad. Because 4 is a good number. Hello.
It's giving
Toxic.
toxic.
Hey,
Hey, it's giving toxic. Hey, it's giving toxic.
And you, I'm talking to you. Stop being toxic. Take a look in the mirror. It's called self-reflection.
Period.
Period, y'all.
Don't make me start singing on Michael Jackson. You're a man in the mirror. Come on.
Make sure y'all follow us on
Yes.
Hear Us Out Pod Series.
Yes.
And make sure y'all go and look at the recap of the videos. We'll be dropping like our favorite parts of the videos
Yes.
and stuff. So
Yes.
make sure y'all tune into that also. And we'll be dropping a new episode in approximately.
King Pagan said, "Damn, that hit me."
Look, I love it. Like we here to help. We here to help. That's it. Like we love you.
Yes.
But definitely thank you again. It's Shan.
It's your girl, Sharonda Danielle.
It's Mo.
And this was Hear Us Out Pod Series, y'all, episode 4. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night.
Until next time.